2015, and over a 6-week period, I travelled over 10,000 kilometres, leaving my hometown of Melbourne and doing a massive loop through central, northern, western and finally southern Australia. I've compiled here this series of videos of that trip in an endeavour to share them with you and to document the great diversity of sights and experiences I had along the way. I hope you enjoy watching them. After spending the night beside the highway just north of Tennant Creek, it was time once again to hit the highway. I was headed still further north, looking for my turn off to the west, the Buchanan Highway. The Buchanan Highway turn-off is 354 kilometres north of Tennant Creek. I was now on the bumpy and dusty Buchanan Highway, headed for the remote outpost of Top Springs. The Buchanan Highway is part of an alternative route I was taking to my current main northern target of Halls Creek in northern Western Australia. The more direct route would have been the Termite Highway, which turns off the Stuart Highway just north of Alice Springs. But prior research indicated it was regarded as the worst highway in Australia, with heavy truck traffic, dust and severe corrugations. I've been travelling along the Buchanan Highway here for a number of kilometres. I've been mostly getting around at about 110. I've been slowing down occasionally when the road deteriorates a bit. Basically the problem is you've got these corrugations and some dips as well. But it's not too bad so far. It does tire you out a lot more because visually you have to concentrate a lot more on the road surface, to read the road surface and to adjust your driving as necessary. And of course the other problem is that there's a lot more vegetation side of the road, and the risk of animals jumping out at you at any time, including cows, possibly camels, I don't know, and of course kangaroos and stuff like that. So they're the main problems on this here road so far. But having said that, you've got to bear in mind that this is probably the most favourable conditions that you're going to have, being the dry season and it not being wet. So given that, this is what you can expect so far on this road. I'm headed towards Top Springs now, still another 150 kilometres to go, but that's not far, is it? No, not at all. We'll be there in a couple of minutes, no problem. So I'll check you later and I'll give you an update. By now I was well and truly into termite territory, with termite mounds abundant in all manner of shapes and sizes. You have to admire the ingenuity of the humble termite. Living in brutal climatic conditions, they've worked out how to beat the weather with their weather-resistant and air-conditioned homes. Well, I just had to stop here because I saw some really amazing termite mounds here on the Buchanan Highway, 50 kilometres from. Have a look at these bloody termite mounds here. There's something weird. They look like, well, that one looks like a Buddha. Tell you honestly, I've never seen termite mounds like that. They look like, yeah, what's the word? Some of those look like Michelin men, you know, the look of the Michelin. That's what they look like. Absolutely bizarre. I'll go over and have a closer look at some of these. Look at the rocks here. God, it's dark. Pretty harsh environment here. Look at this one. It's like a castle. Termite castle. Appears to be a different type of termite to the ones. Well, whoops. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Oh well. At least we get to have a bit of a look inside. There's all this like sawdust, and I assume that must be the food. I think what they do is they break up little bits of vegetation and fungus grows on it. Yeah. Sorry about that. I better put it back. Yeah, just in case we upset somebody. Don't want to upset the termites too much. There's that go. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. Yep, that's fixed. And let's have a look at this one over here. That's a real Michelin man type of termite mound. So yeah, fascinating things. Absolutely, it's almost like a sculpture. Termite sculpture. Very clever. These termites. Very clever. Oh well, time to head back to the van and continue my journey west to, what's the name of that place? Top Springs. Yes, that's the one. I knew it sounded something like Alice Springs. So yes, Top Springs, that way. On we go. Let's go. Yeah.